everyone, this video is actually for the parents, or it can be for the parents and the students, but I'm going to show you how to make Play-Doh. It's super simple, the kids love it, and it's so easy to do. So let me just show you the recipe over here. See if you want to take a quick screenshot of it. I'll also post it on Mrs. Hamilton's Classroom Google site. And what I usually do is I make a double recipe. First you mix the dry ingredients, super easy. So I'm going to add 2 cups of flour because I'm doubling it. And first you mix all the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients. So that's 1. And I have mostly everything else measured out. 2. I meant to have rubber gloves on because I am allergic to flour. Alright, so flour, you mix the flour, you mix the salt. This is a half a teaspoon of salt because I'm doubling it. Just said half a teaspoon, I meant to say half a cup. And then, here's all the ingredients that you're going to be needing, but this is the big one. Cream of tartar. I never heard of it until I started making Play-Doh, but you find it in the spice section. Usually they're alphabetized, so it's clearly under the letter C, cream of tartar. So you need 4 teaspoons of this if you're doubling it. So, oh gosh, come on. 1, 2, that seems just like flour. 3, 4. Okay. I think that's it with the dry ingredients. I put it all in the pot, makes less mess. You don't have to separate it. Amy's taping for me, so watch how I'm mixing it. Can you see inside the pot? She says yes. So once you mix the dry ingredients, then you put in the wet ingredients and cook it up. Super fast. All right, I'll call that good. Now we add the wet ingredients. Now what I do is, I guess I've put in 2 cups of water. It's 1 cup for a single serving and 2 cups for a double. And then I add the oil and the food coloring just into the water. Makes less of a mess. So I need 2 tablespoons if I'm doubling of the oil. 1. Alright, and then food coloring. I have neon and assorted, but use whatever you have. I guess this is all I have left, so it's going to be like a hot pink. So add, the more drips you put in, the darker the Play-Doh. So I'll put in about 20, I think. 20 dots, that's good enough. I mix that up. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'll have to get a whisk. I usually add the food coloring before I add the oil. I didn't do that step, but the whisk worked. All right, so once you get that, pour it in. Mix it up. And then you're going to put it under a medium heat. And this next step happens so fast, so you don't really don't walk away. It's just complete mixing it, putting it on the heat, and it cooks very fast. So I'll bring it over here to the stove. So make sure it's pretty well mixed. Come on over here, Amy, so everyone can see, because I want them to see inside. And then once this is made, I'm going to switch around so Amy can knead it up for me because I am allergic to Play-Doh. Not Play-Doh, but flour. Okay. And I haven't really tried, I think I tried to make this once with the celiac flour, but it didn't really work out very well. All right. I think I'm ready. So I'm going to turn the heat on, medium heat. Now I have a gas stove, so I don't know how different it will be. if you have an electric stove at home. But I mix, mix, mix. Maybe put a little higher. But I make this for my classroom all the time, and the kids just love it. So once you have your Play-Doh, if you have any cookie cutters, they love to do that. I ordered some little rolling pins for my classroom, but you can even use regular ones. I mean, things get a little messy when they're playing, but as soon as you dip it in some water and some soap, it comes right off. All right, so this is already, so you're gonna keep mixing it until it makes a ball. I'll have to turn on the heat a little more. Seems like it takes a long time when the camera's on you. All right. I'm still stirring, don't stop stirring. And then also I'm using a rubber spatula, but you should also have a big spoon on hand, because once it solidifies and makes the big ball, then it's really hard to mix. So it's already starting to get stuck to the pan. It's almost time for the plastic. But you keep mixing, and then it will soon form just like a giant ball in the middle. I'm going to turn it down a little now. In the middle of your pot. Switch. The kids were begging me. I usually make a new supply every month, but I did not do it for the last month because I don't know about your classrooms or your homes, but the kids have been sick for 6 weeks with this, that, and the other thing, so I didn't really want to have them touching Play-Doh and then having everyone else touch it, but I was just thinking it would be perfect to make it at home, and then they can play with it. A little bit of mess, but the kids will be occupied for a long time. And then when you're finished, make sure you put it in, see, it's forming a ball here. A tight, airtight container. So now it's, ouch, Play-Doh on one side. You gotta flip it around a couple times so it gets all the edges. This part, if your kids are helping you add the ingredients, they shouldn't help with this part. And when you first take it out of the pot, it's very hot. All right, well, I'm just kind of turning it around. It's just about done. I'm going to turn the heat off. Oh, I guess I already had. All right. I'm going to take it out. Ooh. All right. Oh, I am. I'm kneading it. I wasn't going to, but that's okay. All right, and then you've got, whew, it's so hot. So obviously don't let your kids play with it until it's not very hot, but just knead it, and voila, you have Play-Doh. So this is a double recipe, and kids love it, so give it a try. All right, see you later.